what we now need to think about is how are we going to get all this fantastic information into a logical flow that will make sense to the audience, but also mean that you've got a way of having that information readily to hand and you know exactly where you're going. Most people get nervous when they're presenting, not just because the adrenaline's pumping around the system, although it probably is, and we're going to talk about how we manage that, but because they don't really know where they're going. And if you know where you're going on a presentation or a talk, you can, a bit like driving or taking a walk in the countryside, you can wander off a little bit and come back because you know where you're going and you've got your structure. So now that you've got your 2 or 3 key topic points, I'm going to show you how you can take those and put them into a really easy to use structure. And it's what we call the diamond. And the lovely thing about the diamond is it gets it into a format that you can put onto a piece of paper, a post-it note, or the back of an envelope, so that if you're in a situation where you're speaking or presenting and all the technology goes, no lights, no power, no PowerPoint, then you can still deliver your talk in a meaningful way. And actually many of the people I work with, they say this whole planning piece makes life so much easier for them because they know what they're going to talk about and they know where they're going. So with the diamond, what you've got is a way of capturing it. You've got an introduction, you've got the body of your talk, that's the fatter bit because that's where the content's going to go. You also need to think about how you're going to summarise your key points. You might want to introduce a question and answer session, and that might be appropriate to have before the final call to action after the summary, and you might want another summary. So you've now got a way of getting it all into one place. And what's so nice about this is that with your 2 or your 3 key points, no more, even though you might be tempted, no more than 2 or 3 key points because your audience will not remember it. You've got a way of introducing it, talking it through, summarising the key points, and then your call to action. So again, that's why when we put the diamond on the page, I'll still encourage you to put the audience at the top and the outcome at the bottom, so that you're really clear what you want this audience to go away thinking, feeling, saying and doing as a result of what you're going to tell them. And then what we'll look at is how you can break each of your key points into memorable things, using stories, using anecdotes, using point, story, point, which is a great technique I'm going to show you shortly. And you'll notice we haven't yet done any slides. Oh, fantastic. So many people, when they're asked to present or speak, the first thing they do is they go and try and gather a load of PowerPoint slides. And actually, you don't need them. Remember, a slide is a visual aid, and you are the best visual aid of all. So your slides are just there to back up your key points. They're not there to be your script, although I know some of you have done that in the past, and they're not there for you to read out to your audience either. Your slides are a visual aid, and they're there to illustrate your 2 or your 3 key points.